Well, first day back after a couple of days being off, and I came back to a very choppy market. IB was like 60 points, which is very small for initial balance. Able to execute one trade. We're going to go and recap that. Some funny stories as well from the stream. But this was done on my main channel, Trades by Matt. Every morning at Market Open is the free live stream, so come hang out. That's what these videos come from. This was also done on my 2050K Apex funded accounts. You can use code TBM for the best discount available always. Let's go and dive into today's stream recap. Yo, good morning. Welcome. I got into my office today. Yay me. Turns out yesterday, if you were around yesterday, you saw that there was no stream. There was gonna be a stream. I even had the stream set up, but I couldn't get into my office. Turns out the door handle was broken, and I had not yet set up my punch keypad, so I was just using my physical key. And now the punch keypad's working, so I no longer need the stupid key. But yeah. A little bit of a fiasco yesterday morning. Markets are moving pretty decent. And then the day before that, on Tuesday, we had a snow day, which is really like an ice day, but you know what I mean. Here in Texas, it gets a little chilly and we close everything. So I decided to close down also, stay home with the fam. Traded both days, decent days. And now we're back. I've been debating talking about this, but my throat kind of hurts, so I kind of have to say it. I had a very stupidly blonde moment in my new home gym 2 days ago. I guess this was on the snow day. Medicine ball. I got a medicine ball. I failed to get a slam ball. I got an actual medicine ball instead of a slam ball. You can probably see where this is going. Markets are open. Doing my chest warm up. I love med ball slams for chest warm up, upper body warm up. I throw it as hard as I could, 12 pounds, rockets right back into my throat and my chin. I'm talking like an actual missile. My throat hurts from it. I didn't break my nose. So that's a win. That was definitely on the table. I told Julian, she just started laughing at me. She's like, I swear you have blonde hair 90% of the time. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. Did it knock you down? No, I threw it and it happened so fast. Like I saw the ball coming back up. So I obviously lifted my head up and I caught it right here. And it rocked me a little bit for sure. I was like, I'm an idiot. Could have been really bad. Yeah, it could have been bad. Thankfully, I'm laughing about it. Thankfully, I still have a windpipe. I was like, I could have literally crushed my windpipe. I mean, honestly. But it's funny, so it's all good. Anyways, welcome back. Hopefully that was a cheap laugh for you since I missed 2 days. There's a cheap laugh for you. Markets have been going up. There it is. Markets have been going up. Did anyone at the gym see that? Thankfully, it's my home gym, so no. I was the only person in there. I was honestly vibing too. I had the music super loud. It was like one of those times where you're kind of in the zone. You're feeling good. You're like, I'm about to have a great workout. Feeling really strong. Let me throw this ball as hard as I can at the ground and then just eat it. Literally eat it right back. Anyways, if you're just tuning in, welcome. I always wait the first 15 minutes. Good time for story time. I wait the first 15 minutes, let the volatility kind of chill out a little bit. As far as levels go, we are below value area low. We're below VWAP. We got overnight lows, 55 or so. If we get back through the 55s, rotation lower, definitely makes sense. Probably into, I would say low 800s makes a lot of sense. We get back above VWAP, rotating to yesterday's value area low makes a lot of sense. 980s, also magical 80s, overnight highs as well up there. We get through the overnight highs. We're watching for 20s for the 80 to 20 rotation. Yesterday's value area low, yesterday's point of control, and then 50s. Those are the upside and the downside targets for me today. Obviously, I'll be scalping in between those. Taking base hits, executing at a high standard, hopefully. That's my goal. All right, my goal is to execute at the best level I possibly can. Take the base hits, be patient, and be smart with risk. So be smart and be patient, and have a good session. Why is one asset best to stick with for a while? It's not necessarily best. It's kind of personal preference. For me, the answer is you understand how it moves more, right? If you're watching one thing and only one thing, you understand the levels that it reacts at. You understand the movement that's normal. You understand when movement is not normal. That's probably the big kicker. You understand not normal movement. You understand the news events that apply. You understand the price levels that apply. You understand position sizing better. All of that, because when you change assets, all of those things change, right? Crude oil, for instance. You trade crude oil, you're going to have to learn a new set of news events that you need to pay attention to. Rig counts, inventories, all of those types of things, right? You're going to need to know that, like, for instance, the Nasdaq, every point of movement is a $20 price per contract move, right? Well, on crude oil, every tick is $10, right? Every point's $100. So you just have to get used to all those movements. So it's just it's a familiarity. Is that a word? I don't know. It's really a familiarity thing. That sounds like a stretch of a word, but you understand what I'm saying. Oh, I never actually did talk about the news today. I was talking about the news, but not actually talking about the news. We had jobless claims coming at 7:30. Other than that, we've got Trump talking at 10. Crude oil inventory is at 11 if you're a crude oil trader. That's what I was just talking about. Noon, we got tips. All right, getting close. Trying to sweep it, not quite yet. Couple points off from the lows of the day. 3 points off so far. It feels like we sweep it into the overnight lows, right? Oh, it's lit. It's lit. It's lit. It's lit. GG's, chat. We did it with not even that many people in here. All right, this is from Tuesday, January 21st. What did the vegetarian zombie say? Grains. Why was it called the Dark Ages? Because of all the nights. And then today, Thursday, January 23rd. A man got hit in the head with a can of soda. He's all right, though. It was a soft drink. What's the difference of your rent-a-desk trading environment or a trading office? The rent-a-desk part is currently up in the air. So when I launched the rent-a-desk, we were not fully planning on building out the Tradester team more than what we currently had. However, we are now building out the Tradester team more than what we were planning on. So as of right now, I'm not saying that it's totally gone, Hank. I'm not saying it's totally gone. The reason you've heard me stop talking about it, and I said it once before, but I haven't said it since then. As of right now, the desk space is being saved for team members coming into the Tradester platform for working. And I don't know how many people that will actually end up being, but I want them to have a home for working in, obviously. Things are better when it's collaborative and in person, which I agree with trading as well. That's exactly what you're talking about. So that's the answer. It's currently on pause until we figure out our specific needs with the space with Tradester. It is a very cool concept, and it's a concept that I still want to have. I'm prioritizing square footage for Tradester as opposed to renting it out currently. Yeah. So yeah, sorry I haven't talked about it that much. It's honestly not been in the forefront of my brain. I've low-key forgotten about it. I said it like one time, and I forget that people are in and out of the stream, obviously. We are about to have a job opening for Tradester, or a DevOps engineer. I'll make an announcement when that's live. It will be a in-person role. There will be more information on that in the coming days, but things like that where it's like we need those spaces here. And I still really want to do something like that. I would also hate to honestly have it filled up with Tradester people working on a platform and then have like one or two guys who rented out desk space. Doesn't really make sense. If it wasn't VWAP right here, I'd be interested in like a little short potentially. Top of the range, a little doji after a nice move up. VWAP's a little sketchy, but maybe not terribly sketchy. I mean, it's not that much risk at the end of the day. 5 points. It's just not like, it's not the highest looking thing I've seen, so I don't really want to take it. Nice slap back down, huh? I mean, the retest of pointing control is not terribly uninteresting. Excuse me? Was I late, chat? Was I late? That would have been a literal zero tick drawdown. I would have gotten filled out by now, I think. God. That's the worst. The IB range is 60 points. That's one of the smallest ones I've seen in a long time. Right, chat? I'm having a hard time remembering any smaller than 60 points in the last year or so. On a non-holiday. I feel like even on small IBs, it's normally like 80 points or something. 60 points is pretty tiny. What's harder, learning the mentality of the charts? The mentality. 100%, I think. There's so many different ways to work charts, look at charts, make charts work. There's a lot of different ways to do that. I think the mentality and the risk side is way harder. That's why you see more analysts than traders, right? On Twitter or whatever, even YouTube a lot. What do you see? You see people with trading view charts talking about the different, they draw like a little box or something. And then they draw the arrows of like where price is going to go in relation to the different boxes on their screens. And a lot of times they're right? Because it's a hell of a lot easier to do that than it is to actually take the trades, manage the risk, stay in the trades, get out of the trades. All of those things are way harder. To be patient waiting for the areas. All those things are way harder than just looking at charts, figuring out where price is going to go. Perfect example. I tried to get long here, right? At the bottom. There's above IB. Normally I like a 10-point break out of IB for a retest. That doesn't make sense today. The range is too small, but we'll see. But like perfect example of analyst versus trader, right? I see like, I want to get filled here. I missed my entry. I don't mark it in. Instead, I just watch the whole move happen. I picked the direction correctly, right? I just didn't get filled. This seems not high enough for a pullback, but liquidity is technically higher. Seems a little sketchy, I'll be honest. John, did anybody take the IB breakout here? Or the micro retest that kind of slept through it also? This feels like it could just go, to be honest. I'd like a pullback, but I think a lot of people would, which I don't know if that's going to happen. All right, interesting spots would be potentially 24 or 20, 18. The 24 test is the most aggressive. The 24 test is the most aggressive. The IB test at 18 is probably the cleanest. But I'm going to go with the aggressive test here purely because everything has been pushing pretty nicely. If I even get filled. I get filled. We do have a block at 9:10. I want to be conscious of that. There's IB. It's probably the cleaner buy is IB there. I did not know if it was going to happen or not. It does happen. Could have saved 5 points or so. Be up 5 points right now instead of back to break even. But on a lot of strengths, sometimes we just buy that prior high, which I don't know if there's a good way to know. But the IB retest there was pretty clean, to be honest. And I think that if we push back up into the highs, we probably sweep it. But I'm still going to take a base hit. But that was a clean IBH retest. And I'm no longer interested if we go back down, I can tell you that. Flip a green. After this bid, if we can get back up into like 3 or 4 points on the money, to be honest, like talking 27s, I would move my stop break even. I already have a stop at the prior lows, so I'm risking 7 points right now. I think it ran up to maybe 4 or 5. I thought the retest there would make a lot of sense, so I did not move at break even. Letting it play out. I'm down. I have a max risk of 7 points on this trade currently. I think it makes sense to get out if we sweep that low. See what happens. I would imagine I probably get stopped out. It's like, what, 2 points away, 3 points away? Feels very likely. The IB retest would have given full 10 points. So I should have been patient, I guess. Needs to get through this level right here at 23. Little 1 minute order block, basically. I do not know what I pressed. I pressed the wrong button. I got filled out. I tried to move it break even. I got filled out instead and threw something else on. I tried to move my stop break even. I pressed the wrong button. So I'm 3 points in the money. A little bit of mismanagement on my side, I guess. I have a hotkey for break even and I have a hotkey for flattening, and I accidentally pressed that. Maybe it was a good call. I don't know. We'll see if it was a good call. 3 points. The IBH retest, significantly better than what I got, given the fact that it was 10 points almost immediate. That was a clean IBH retest. I got in at the prior high, which I thought was going to be carrying us a little stronger on a nice push. I thought we would just hold that, to be honest. Obviously, I thought that since I got in there. But the IBH retest was nice. Very clean if you grabbed that. GG's. I took 3 points out of it. I don't know. Maybe I will have ended up, if it doesn't go to full target, I probably will have let it go back to break even. So maybe I locked in more points if this doesn't run all the way to target. If it does run all the way to target, I left $140 on that table with a misclick. But, you know, whatever. Would have run all the way, I think, huh? Yeah. let's see, 24. Yeah, I left it on the table, so that's is what it is. I can't get too tilted about that. I'm the one that fat fingered it the wrong way, so I got ending green is okay. I really thought I honestly was going to get stopped out here at the lows. I can't believe I didn't get stopped out. I think I was off by like less than a point of getting stopped out, or maybe right around a point. So the fact that I didn't get stopped out was borderline miracle. After taking what, 7 points of heat, getting out with 3 points is fine. Profit target. It's just I stopped showing it because people were really annoying with it. Similar to what you're doing. I'm at basically 5K across the board in profit right now. I'll get a payout in a couple days. But like, do you feel happy now? What do you get out of it? I don't know. I just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really understand, but it doesn't matter. The problem is people like to see what's possible. People also, I think, comparison is a very real thing, right? I mean, I even struggle with it when I'm looking through Twitter or whatever. I started the payout videos and the payout tweets and all that. Guess what? There's a million people doing it now, which is all good. It is massive engagement. I experienced that firsthand. I kind of paved the way for that, to be honest. And I see it all the time now. The problem is that, well, I think it's healthy for some people as like a motivation. I also think it's very unhealthy for other people. And I don't know where I stand on it. I might bring him back. I might not. It's a TBD. I did it. I stopped doing it because everybody was doing it and it was really starting to piss me off. And the pocket watchers were at an all-time high and that really pisses me off. But then I stopped doing it and a lot of it cleans out. But then I have people that are still really annoying talking about it every day. So I don't know. There's no winning.